Yeah, my name's Kaz Rodriguez. My thing is basically making backing tracks for like drummers, using my technique and my ability to actually try to figure out how you can take your instrument a bit further.
So yeah, I came here probably about between, I can't remember exactly when it was, but between 10 and 15 years ago. I was at the time trying to kind of get somewhere in songwriting.
So this is an English concertina, and I've been playing this since I was about 12 or 13. So I came here in 1996, graduated in 1999, and I did loads of interesting stuff while I was here. I had a lot of different possibilities, lots of different eyes opened.
I'm a top-line writer. What that means is I write the lyrics and the melody. Having sung Gravity, it was actually my first experience of working with an orchestra and a choir. Networking, meeting people, singing, being heard, making connections.
This is the kind of thing you can do. And I'll just keep playing the same pattern until I land on the one. And I was like, okay, all right, that works. And then it's just a feeling. And I feel comfortable doing it. And it's helped me with the electronics. Because then I can add colour with my right hand and do different time signatures.
So whilst I was here, I was doing a lot of playing in bars and also doing bar jobs and all that sort of stuff. I then left and ended up getting a deal with Sony Columbia. Then some of my songs from the first and second record got covered by different people over the years.
Ever since I left here, I've earned my living mostly as a player, mostly as someone who plays this instrument. I occupy quite a specific niche of what's already a kind of a niche scene.
Technology became the key to my independence, and even more so as a female performer and a musician. Now I am my own producer and I'm my own A&R manager. I have full control over my songs that I want to put out, my imagery, the timings. I can choose whether I want to give away my music for free.
There was an agent, it took me years to get on her books because she'd always be like, oh, love, you've got a fantastic voice, but who have you worked with? So it wasn't till I'd been in a covers band, and then our drummer was asked to put a band together for Belinda Carlisle, and because I was in the band, I went and did backing vocals with her, and then I did some for Chaka Khan on the National Lottery, and I went, Christine, I've done this now. And she went, right, great, I can put you on the book. Stephen Price, the composer, called Christine, said, I'm looking for this kind of voice. He listened to our show reels online. I tried to pack as many different tones and sounds and styles into that as possible, and he chose me. So I went to the studio, recorded it. That was a year, and then a year later the film came out.
Practice the click and just keep trying different things. That's what it's about, it's being you. And cultivate it. It's all about dynamics. I know I play loud. Sometimes play soft in order to get these dynamics out. Just practice. It's just all about practice. I just mixed all those influences and tried to do a Kaz Rodriguez.
I went to another music college before I came here. And before I did that, I went to art school. So my relationship with music has always been very combined with painting. And that actual artwork funded the PR campaign of the second record, which dramatically helped because PR is very expensive. And it normally costs you about $3,000 a month to get digital PR. And then you've got to get regional PR and national PR, and it just goes on and on.
If we imagine the inner two, the middle two rows on each side are like the white notes of a piano, and the outer rows are the sharps and flats. On this kind of concertina you get the same note on the in and the out. But if I play a scale, it alternates from the left hand to the right hand. So there's a C on the left hand, D on the right hand.
How do you perform electronic music? Music that's made with a computer in a way that's as engaging as music played with acoustic instruments. They came up with these, the Mimi gloves. They are wearable, wireless, gestural instrument and controllers that allow you to make music and control audio effects by moving your hands through the air.
I was just very driven. Be ready, prioritise the show. Think, well, I'm not going to go out with my friends the night before because actually, you know, I've been hired to do a job. It's great fun and a lot of it is very glamorous and exciting, but it is a job.
But yeah, you all have a gift and you have to start using those tools and start working with each other. The percussion is all the metronome. Every time I change and shift time signatures, you start hearing music a bit differently. And that's what really excites me about music.
I had a few tracks that went in films, and then also I got covered by a couple of boy bands and then another artist. And one of these tracks, which had already been quite a big hit for me, ended up going round again. And then I ended up writing for other people.
The choice of key, that can be the biggest thing that sets something that works apart from something that doesn't. If you get the key that just works for the singer you're working with, that's the key you've got to be in.
So, yeah, I can do that. There's a bit of mapping that you do from the movement to MIDI messages, basically, and Voice Live Touch takes MIDI. I'm more confident on stage than I've ever been in my life. This got me pretty independent.
It's about knowing lots of people and getting out there and meeting people, letting people know that you can help them. One thing leads to another. I did Top of the Pops, if anybody remembers that, and that was one thing I'd always wanted.
Rhythm is everybody's job. Still, your job is to support and understand everything that's going on. Basically, everybody's job is everything.
Each hand has 8 bend sensors embedded in the fabric of the fingers. There's another chip with movement data on the wrist. And then there's this bigger chip here, and that sends all that movement data, so from the bend of the fingers, and this is minor, and this is major. And then it also has 2 vibration motors in the wristband, so you can also even give yourself haptic feedback.
I think it's worth saying I've made hundreds of records, and out of all those hundreds of records, I've probably had 2 really big hits, which have kept me in constant touring work for the last 10 years.
It's not about the individual. It's not about that, oh yeah, you did something really sick in that one. It's about the sound we make together and how we structure things, how we build them up.
So the software can recognize the difference between different postures. Here you can see the data from my fingers coming in. Those little orange balls respond really directly to how I'm bending my fingers. It does take quite a lot of time to set it up, and you need to think about it really well. Within that, you've got so much freedom.
Be assertive. Don't do things because someone else wants you to or because you think you should.
Just let your love rain down, 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 down. Westminster University, you're never gonna be ready for me.
Do it for the love of playing your craft. Like, do what you do best. Keep playing. It will come to you.
The black of the evening, under the spread of the stars, I was falling for you like the sun did the moon. I remember that day in Verona.